is up, OSIMA Ball Reviews? Today is the pre-Bowl Expo announcement day for the Brands of Brunswick. First, let's start with Columbia 300 because they have two new pieces for us to look at. But let's start with that new. The Atlas. Now, the Atlas, as you can kind of see here, is of course going to be an asymmetric ball. You see the mass bias. Does feature dot technology. Let's take a look at the actual numbers and specs of it. You see here is the first ball to have Formula 1 solid, and it is not an HK22 variant, meaning this one here. Honestly, I think you're going to see a lot of good. It's going to be smoother than the original speed. I think we're going to see some pretty good motion out of it. Stronger end of things. It does have, like I said, it does have a new core. Those numbers are 252 for the RG, 54 for the differential, and 18 for the asymmetry in it. And honestly, I really like the look of this thing. I'm in the need for a new big ball, so honestly, I've decided just to get this one. Well, let's move on to the next ball in the Columbia lineup that's coming out. It's the Cuda Pearl. Now, of course, the colors here, they're a throwback to the original Cuda C back in the day that this modern Cuda line is taking inspiration from. But this one it looks pretty nice to me. Honestly, it's just like, it's just a pearl version of the Cuda. So this one does have HK22. It does say ERT solid. That's just a typo. It's pearl. But finished at 500,000, 1,500, and then the compound. I did not talk about the finish of the Atlas. It's going to be 500, 2,000. So it's going to hook. And of course, the numbers of the Cuda core are 2501 and 047 for differential. Let's move on to Ebonite. Ebonite has something new as well, something completely new with the Emerge. Now, this looks exactly like a Futura. I'm looking at a Futura right now. It looks exactly like it. And of course, this also has, as you can see here, strong asymmetric pearl. So let's take a look at that core. It's a new core. Interesting looking core, to say the least. Does feature dot technology as well. Let's take a look at the numbers. Of course, it has HK22 because everything has HK22. And it's a new cover formula additive package called Optimize, and this is the pearl version of that. And same finish as the Cuda Pearl. Looking at 500, 1,000, 1,500, and then compound. Then we get to the numbers, and it's 251 RG, 053 diff, and a higher asymmetry at 021. Honestly, I think this ball is just going to be a skid flip monster. That's what you're going to see out of it. And then we get to the one that I had been debating on making a video for a minute because the information did leak a while back because Hammer X only made it live for like 30 minutes. So people knew about this one ahead of time. Dark Web Hybrid. I will be getting one of these and comparing it to a original Dark Web that I'll be punching up fresh that same day. Of course, here we've got the modified spheroid core, and the biggest thing is HK22 Aggression Hybrid. This time, same cover as the Black Widow 2.0 hybrid, but this one feature is sanded at 500, 1,000, 2,000. And of course, it's 2.514 and an 048 differential. This just kind of seems like a true middle reaction of the upper mid symmetric type ball. Honestly, for some people, it may just be a true middle ball for them. But I'm really excited for this one. And then, shield your eyes. This next one's a little bit bright. The Radioactive vibe. This one's, it's bright. It's a bright ball. But it is also one of the lowest performance points that is getting HK22, as it has HK22 CT Reactive Max, and it is a solid reactive ball. Finished at 500, 1,500 in the compound. That's been a really popular finish for this group of releases. But you can kind of just see here, it's a solid vibe, polished up with HK22. Numbers are 251 with a 042 diff. This one, honestly, I'm kind of excited for this one. This one looks pretty nice. I probably won't be getting this one if I'm being quite honest with you. I just don't really need that part of the bag filled out right now. But if that part of the bag becomes available, this is the first ball I'm slotting in here. But yeah, 5 new balls. We were expecting one more, but I guess that will be released a little bit later. But I have been OSIMA Bar Reviews. Oh shoot, I missed again. Hope I don't miss y'all next time. Thanks for watching.